So today I want to talk about something that just dropped in the AI development world, and honestly, it has me pretty excited. We are diving into Claude Code 2.0, and trust me when I say this update is packed with features that could genuinely change how you approach coding projects. So let me start by giving you some context here. Anthropic recently released Claude Sonnet 4.5, and they have making some bold claims about it being one of the most capable coding model available right now. The performance metrics they are showing are honestly impressive. We are talking about major improvement in handling complex development tasks, better reasoning capabilities, and stronger mathematical problem solving. When we look at the benchmark result, the model is scoring around 82% on software engineering tests that involve real-world coding challenge. That's a significant jump from previous versions. But here is what makes this even more interesting. Anthropic did not just stop at releasing a better model. They are completely overhauled Claude Code to take advantage of these improvements. Version 2.0 brings a bunch of new capabilities that makes the whole experience feel more professional and developer friendly. We are getting native integrations with popular code editors, a redesigned command line interface, and some really clever features that help you maintain control over longer coding sessions. Let me walk you through what's new and why it matters. One of the biggest additions is full support for working inside Visual Studio Code. Now I know a lot of developers live in their code editor, and having Claude available right there in your workspaces is a game changer. You are not constantly switching between windows or copying code back and forth. Everything happens in one place, which keeps your workflow smooth and uninterrupted. The way this works is through an extension that adds Claude directly in your VS Code sidebar. Once you install it, you will see an icon that opens a dedicated panel where you can interact with Claude. But what really sets this apart is how it handles code modifications. Instead of just generating code and leaving you to figure out where it goes, Claude shows you an inline differences. You can see exactly what lines are being added, what's being removed, and what's being modified. It's like having a VS Code review happening in real time as Claude works. For anyone who used collaborative editing tools or version control systems, this will feel familiar and intuitive. You get to approve changes before they are applied, which gave you complete control. This is especially useful when you are working on existing projects where you need to be careful about what gets modified. You are not blindly accepting code. You are reviewing and deciding what makes sense for your specific situation. Now let's talk about the terminal experience because this is where I personally spend a lot of my time. Anthropic completely redesigned the command line interface for Claude Code. The new design is cleaner and more informative. You get better visibility into what Claude is doing at any moment. Instead of just seeing a loading indicator, you can actually track the progress of tasks and understand what's happening behind the scene. One feature I have been using constantly is a search prompt history. Here is how this works. You press Ctrl plus R twice and it brings up a list of all the previous prompts. You can search through them, select one and either reuse it exactly or edit it before running it again. This might sound like a small thing, but think about how often you need to run similar commands or make slight variations to something you did earlier. Instead of retyping everything or scrolling through your terminal history trying to find that one command from yesterday, you just search for it and you are done. It saves you so much time and mental energy. There is also this really smart checkpoint system that I want to explain because it's one of those features that sound technical but it actually super practical. Every time Claude makes changes to your code, it actually creates a checkpoint. Think of it like a save point in a video game. If Claude goes down a path that does not work out, or if you want to try a different approach, you can rewind to any previous checkpoint. You are not stuck with changes you don't want, and you are not losing progress either. You can restore just a code, just a conversation, or both at the same time. It's incredibly flexible. This becomes really valuable during long development sessions where you are trying different solutions to a problem. Maybe Claude implements something one way and you realize halfway through that a different architecture would work better. Instead of manually undergoing changes or starting over, you just rewind to before that decision was made and go in a new direction. Anthropic also released something called the Claude Agent SDK, which used to be called the Claude Code SDK. This is more advanced and it's really aimed at developers who want to build custom agent workflows. The SDK gives you access to the same underlying tool that power Claude Code itself. You can create special agents that handle specific part of a project, set up hooks that trigger automatically when certain conditions are met, and run background tasks that don't interrupt the main workflow. Here is a practical example of how this works. Let's say you are building a full stack application. You could set up one agent that focuses entirely on backend API development while another agent handles the front-end interface. These agents can work semi-independently but still coordinate with each other. You could also create hooks that automatically run tests every time code is generated, or that check for security issue before anything gets committed. Let me show you how to actually get started with this. If you want to use Claude Code in the terminal, the installation is straightforward. You need Node.js version 18 or higher installed on your system. Once you have that, you just open your terminal and run the install command using npm. After it finishes installing, you type the Claude command and it will prompt you to authenticate. You will need either a Claude subscription or API access through the Anthropic console. Once you are authenticated, you will see the new interface right away. It's much more polished than the previous versions. You can press Ctrl T to see a to-do list that shows what task Claude is working on. The help command shows you all available commands and shortcuts. Everything is designed to be discoverable, so you don't have to memorize all those commands. For the VS Code extension, you find it in the marketplace by searching for Claude or Anthropic. Click install and it will open in VS Code. Make sure you are running the latest version to get all the new features. After installation, you will see the Anthropic logo in your sidebar. Click there to open the panel. The process is really smooth and within a couple of minutes, you are ready to start coding. Now let me demonstrate what this actually looks like in practice. I am going to give Claude a somewhat ambitious task and show you how it handles it. I will ask it to create an online image editor app. As Claude works, you will see the inline diff view showing exactly what's being created. Each file appears with syntax highlighting, and you can expand or collapse section to focus on what matters to you. So here you see final result, how everything just worked together. Claude is not just generated code that looks right, it has generated a full functional and working application with so many features where you can upload an image and edit with different tools. Of course, this is not perfect for every situation. You still need to understand what the code is doing, especially if you are going to maintain or extend it later. Claude is a tool that amplifies your capabilities. The best result comes when you use Claude to handle the tedious parts while you focus on architecture, design decision, and business logics. If you are a developer who has not tried AI-assisted coding yet, this is a great time to start. The barrier to entry is low. The tools are getting really polished and the productivity gains are substantial. If you are already using AI coding tools, Claude Code 2.0 is worth checking out. Alright, that covered the major update in Claude Code version 2.0. I hope this gives you a clear picture of what's new and how you might use these features in your own projects. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.